Good afternoon. I am Keturi DeLong, our Vice President for Philanthropy and Engagement at Texas A&M University, Commerce, Go Lions, always with the Go Lions. And I have one of our most enthusiastic and energetic deans here. We have a couple of those, but Dr. Haeyk, you kind of rival my enthusiasm, which I enjoy. So Dr. Haeyk, please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Mario Hayek, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business. Thanks
Fantastic.
For having me.
So tell me a little bit about your philosophy in the College of Business. I know you bring a slightly different background as Dean, and we love that about you.
Okay, well, in the College of Business, with or without me, we've always been about transformation. I mean, so our mission, our vision, so to speak, it's really, transforming minds, transforming business, transforming lives, right? So we're very much an applied college. We're all about developing value creating professionals for the business world. My background is in entrepreneurship, on top of being a professor, but yeah, my background's in education and being an entrepreneur. And then as an entrepreneur, of course, I have an entrepreneurial spirit about me. So I'm passionate about proactivity, about risk-taking, about innovation, about being impactful, about being engaging with our students. And the truth is that's what the College of Business is about, right? It's about innovating. It's changing the way higher education has traditionally been. Right now there's a revolution in higher education, right? Many people aren't satisfied with the way higher education has been over the past decade or two or whatnot, that we've been stuck in the past. That it's time to break the paradigms and try new ways. And of course, that's really not that easy when you're used to doing things the traditional academic way. And that's what we're trying to do here in the College of Business.
Well, I can certainly rally behind that. I think it's a noble cause. And, you touched on the fact that it's an applied college. And I think that's really at the core of who we are as a university. And we've been the applied approach, which is practical. We graduate people for the workforce, and comparing what you're doing and showing how that fits within our overarching strategic plan for A&M Commerce, you are fully supporting every single day student preparedness, one of our very, very most important pillars of our strategic plan. Dr. Renoy says student preparedness is number one always. And for some people that sounds like, of course, that's why we're here. But many universities don't own and claim that students first and that applied workforce preparation. So I want to hear from you, Dr. Haeyk, a little bit about how you're bringing this part of our mission to life with our move to our Dallas site.
Well, first of all, we're incredibly, enthusiastic. We're passionate. We can't wait to get into Dallas, right? We've been transforming student lives here in Commerce for a long time. And we've also been doing it online for a long time, but there are many profiles of students. We have students who actually want the college experience, right? They want the Greek life, they want the athletics, they want the marching band, they want theater, they want the college experience. Other students want a fully online college experience, and that's fine too, right? We can serve that market as well, but there's a market that we hadn't been serving, right? So there's a market in the DFW area that says we want this applied experience. We want experiential learning. We want to learn how to become value creating professionals, right? We want to be innovative and creative and risk taking and whatnot while we can remain in our homes in Dallas, So we're excited to offer the opportunity to that profile of student. We are going to you. How about that? So you can choose. We're expanding our portfolio. If you want the college experience, you want to come on campus, you want to live in the dorms and have all that fantastic experience that many of us have had the fortune of having, Fantastic. You want to stay online because you're working, the convenience, whatnot, we have that. But how about that student who wants to stay at home? They're living in Dallas, they're working in Dallas, they've gone to community college and they want to stay there. We shouldn't have to force them to come here. Look, no problem. Now we're coming to you. And
I
that's
love that. We're coming to
amazing,
you.
right?
That's fantastic. How is this going to impact our students in commerce who are enrolled at our commerce, flagship?
And that's a big deal as well. I mean, some people say, oh, so you're going to go there and it has nothing to do with our students here. No, I mean, we're bridging that urban rural divide, right? We want to have that identity, the urban rural identity, right? So by having a footprint in Dallas, it opens opportunities for our students, right? Because let's face it, many of our students come from this part of the country, this part of the county, this part of the state, right? But eventually, some are going to want to stay here, but others are going to go and seek opportunities in the DFW area. What better step than actually having a location in Dallas where we can start having our networking events there? We can start offering internships there. We can help them find jobs there. We can invite companies to our campus and meet with our students and with alumni, right? So that's the way we're going to be helping. Our student organizations now don't just have to be in commerce. They're in commerce and they're in Dallas. They're in both. So we have the best of both of those worlds. That's how we can help.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, Dr. Haeyk, you're saying that an A&M commerce student, maybe coming from a rural town around Northeast Texas, gets greater access to Dallas and Dallas connections, Dallas employment, workforce, than he or she would have had prior to our Dallas site.
Absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
and a good example is, for example, in Venture College, right, our entrepreneurship center, we had our networking events in Dallas at a different venue, right? But now we can have these things at our own venue where we're matching our students with venture capitalists and alumni and people of experience in the DFW market. That's an amazing opportunity.
Now, the Dallas market and the DFW market is thriving. I do know this. Tell me a little bit about the programs that we're offering from the College of Business in Dallas and how you decided upon these programs.
Yeah, clearly this is one of the fastest growing markets in the country. I mean, everybody knows it, right? So we have a number of the traditional degrees that are in high demand, right? We have accounting, we have finance, we have management, we have marketing, we have economics. And then we have a lot of newer programs, right, that are excellent for this market, right? I mean, for example, business analytics, for example, supply chain management, for example, healthcare leadership, right? So we know that all of these are professions that are thriving. They're growing in the DFW area, right? And so all of these are programs that we're going to be offering both at the undergraduate and the graduate levels.
Fantastic. And tell me a little bit about what makes your graduate programs distinct.
Right. So the truth is that we've tried to make our graduate programs as practical and as flexible as possible. So by practical, I mean, most people aren't just looking for a program to graduate from. They also want some certificates to come along with that. So what we've done is we've embedded certificates into those programs, right? So that the second that you graduate, you can already use those tools, right? You can put that on your LinkedIn profile. The day you graduate, you get to your job and you know how to use SAP. You know how to do project management, right? You know how to use certain data analytic tools, right? That's unique. And the other unique feature, right, the flexibility, is we offer customized cohort graduate programs to companies, right? So if a company, for example, wants to do a customization of our MBA and say, we want a cohort program just for us, we can do that for them, right?
Wow.
And that's pretty unique. Most institutions aren't going to be willing to do that. We can do that for you.
Very cool. So if there's someone watching now, an alum who works at a company in Dallas, and they think, oh, I've been wanting this niche program, but no one's offering it. What do they do? Who do they contact? Tell me what to tell them.
Contact me.
Okay, I'm going to put your email in the chat. Is that okay?
Put my email up, and we'll set up a meeting and we'll discuss what are your needs. What certificates would you like to embed in a program that's designed for your company? And by the way, we found that turnover in companies that have cohort graduate programs are much smaller, right? Because if you're at a company, they've paid for your program, you've created a strong network within your company, you're not going to go next day, next year to a different company. Now you're embedded in that company. And that's very powerful.
Makes sense to me. That's very exciting. So if I'm a student and I'm not necessarily with a company for a cohort degree, tell me about the kind of student that would thrive at this Dallas site or at Commerce. Why choose A&M Commerce for a business degree when there's so many offerings?
Right. So there's so many reasons. So an important reason, it's our faculty, right? So number one, we have a very diverse faculty. They're not only diverse in discipline, they're diverse in nationalities, they're diverse in professions, they're diverse in terms of, we have some that are purely scholars, pure scholars, researchers. So they've been analyzing companies in and out. And then we have the practitioners, and we also have those in between. Another thing is, it's not going to break the bank. We all know that society in general, we're tired of having to get loans and loans and loans just to pay for our education. It doesn't have to be that way, right? And the third reason is because we're trying to customize to the degree possible our programs to our students' needs, right? So whether it's the way of minors, whether it's way of certificates, right? And then finally, we pair you up. We try the best we can, right, through our Career Services Center to pair you up with a company of your liking, with an internship, paid internships. We help find you jobs. And don't forget, we have roughly 20,000 alumni from the College of Business alone, in the DFW area. That's a pretty large market, right? And that's an excellent way to network.
Absolutely. Those connections with alumni and faculty are critical. And I'm biased. I think we have the most caring faculty of any higher educational institution that I've seen, bar none, without a doubt.
Absolutely. You don't get lost in the crowd.
No, I mean, you're not a number. It's easy to spot you. And that does make a difference. And I also love that we have, going back to our applied approach, we have a number of successful alumni who actually adjunct because it's a calling, and our students get real life leaders as their professors, which is pretty cool.
And many of them are willing to be mentors. Many of them want to mentor our students. That's priceless. That has no price. So yes.
So going back to the caring faculty, Dr. Haeyk, I know you have an entrepreneurial background. How did you make your way to academia?
Well, my two passions in life have always been teaching and entrepreneurship. So I've been teaching ever since I was in high school. I used to teach students with learning disabilities, middle school students, even when I was in high school. Then when I got to grad school, I was asked to be, a TA and help finance students with their exams. So I did that for some time. And then I came and got my PhD. It's a calling, right? So my two passions are teaching. I'm incredibly passionate about teaching, and I'm incredibly passionate about business, about entrepreneurship, about the risk taking, about the adrenaline rush, about the innovation and creativity and finding solutions where other people find problems. I mean, for that gives me the rush. And I've always said, if I can do those two things for the rest of my life, I'll be a happy person.
Well, I'm thrilled that you chose your calling here at A&M Commerce. It's making a difference. And you are an example of that faculty who's here because it's a calling. And I think our student body is really distinct in the most wonderful ways. Similar to how our faculty feel like family, our students are the most gracious and hardworking students. Tell me a little bit about what companies are saying to you about our graduates. I know our graduates are in high demand. Can you speak to why?
gosh, I'd almost want them to speak for themselves, but they love our students, and they love our students for many reasons. One is because they themselves are passionate, right? You know, many of them didn't come from wealthy families, right? Many of them, right? We have an incredibly diverse student population, right? And these students are hardworking. They're passionate. Many are first generation. They're looking to make that difference. They're looking for that break. That makes our students special, right? They want to work together with our faculty to make a better lives for themselves and for their families. That sort of passion, you can't teach that, right? I mean, I can teach you, or, you know, the faculty here can teach you, you know, the accounting and the finance and the marketing and management, but that passion, that wanting to become better for you, for your family, to, you know, you're the pride and joy of your family. That's amazing. And so that's what people say, because trust me, when companies come here and they look for our students, all they do at the end of the day is, look, just give me the passionate ones. Everything else, we can teach them. You give us the passionate ones. And of course, those are the ones that we try to give the tools so that when they do land that job, you know, they're keepers. They have the passion, they have the tools, the rest they're going to learn on the job. That's what makes our students unique.
And then we hope that they go on, become successful, and continue to mentor and give back to their alma mater and stay connected and help our current students.
In fact, normally, let me interrupt you, but normally yes, it's our alumni who come back and hire our students. And, you know, okay, well, I wonder why, right? It's because they know the profile of students we have, and they have a love for those students.
It comes full circle for sure. So, Dr. Haeyk, if you had to narrow everything we talked about, or maybe more, into one singular thing you're most excited about in our kind of extension of what we're offering and coming to the Dallas site, what would your number one exciting thing be?
Okay, that's a tough one. I mean, it can't be
think hard.
I mean, there's so many.
One thing.
For me, it would be around creating value, producing value, creating professionals. That's what I'm excited about. I'm excited that those students don't have to come here. We're going to them, right? We're affordable, you know, we give them a degree and we've transformed their lives. They will become value creating professionals. And that's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. No one can ever take that away from them either.
Yeah.
Changes the whole trajectory of one's life, and, you know, for generations and generations, it's a beautiful gift. While I have you here, I want to get personal. I'm curious, maybe what's one thing people watching who don't know you that well don't know about you? What might surprise some people about our College of Business dean?
Oh gosh, entrepreneurship was my first profession.
You already shared that though, so people watching already know that about you.
I'm highly international, so I've lived half my life in Ecuador, in South America. I come from Lebanese heritage, so all my grandparents were Lebanese. So I'm multicultural. I love to travel. I've traveled around the world. I've taught around the world, whether it's South America, Eastern Europe, you know, Africa. So.
Now I'm curious what your first destination is going to be now that, you know, we're getting vaccinated and vacations and trips are on the horizon. Where are you going to go?
Well, I'll probably go where we were planning on going before, which was Chile, because my wife is from Chile. And so we had a 3-week trip planned last year, which obviously never happened. But I know that she'd like to go and see her family, and that's a beautiful country anyway. And another trip I'd like to do is actually to Lebanon, because it's been a while since I've been there, about 4 or 5 years.
Both of you back to your roots. I love that.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate you taking time today. Is there anything else I haven't asked you that you really want alumni and the Lion family to know about the College of Business or about our Dallas site related to business, maybe that we haven't covered?
No, but I'd love to reach out to all of our alumni or to anyone who wants to engage with us. You know, please shoot me an email. You know, let's get together. Let's have lunch. Let's see how we can engage with your company, how you can help us, how we can help you. Uh, you know, that's what a college of business is supposed to be like. We're part of the community, so it's of course it's about our faculty, it's about our students, but we are about the community, you know, and we should be helping each other. And that's what we'd really like this college to be. So
I'm
reach
all
out
for
to
it.
me. Let's connect.
Well, now everyone has your email, so your email inbox is going to blow up. But I do appreciate your time and the fact that your college has really crafted programs that meet industry and workforce needs today. I think that adaptability and that kind of disruptive approach is welcome here. And I know that our industry and DFW is very excited about it as well. And for anyone else having any questions, now you've got Dr. Haeyek's contact information. Now you can ask him directly. But for today, thank you all for your time. Thank you, Dr. Haeyek, for all you do for our students and for the College of Business, for our faculty and alumni. We really appreciate you. And of course, I have to end with a Go Lions.
Go Lions. Thank you so much, Keturi.
All right, bye-bye.